Good morning. Hopefully you all are having a blessed morning. And we'll continue to have a blessed week. Impromptu. But I have something on my heart that I wanted to share. It's not my intention. Quite a busy week. But, yeah, if I had it my way, I would have. I think it was probably about 11:30 last night. I almost hopped on here. And, yeah, I didn't. But in any case, I'm here and blessed to be here. I'll hold on a few minutes because I know I did schedule this late and notifications don't always come up as soon as we would like. Try not to be long. I don't have any notes. This is just straight testimony. I've just been thinking about some things, and like I said, I felt that I need to share. But briefly, those of you that remember, the conference is happening this week. It is going very well. I am enjoying myself. You all have not registered. It's not too late to register, and it's it's free. AGCOA.com, and yeah, some powerful stuff. And it's interesting. The speakers that I've heard, some of them I've heard before, but a lot of the things that they are speaking about are things that I have addressed here and offered for you all. And it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. So it's good to know that I'm not the only one that, is like-minded like that. Tips and tricks like that. And I enjoy it because I also can, glean on those tips. It just, I'm always humbled to hear from someone else. Hi, Mommy Maxwell. So my title this morning, failure is not an option. It's not a viable option. Obedience is. Yeah, it's something I always instill into my children. No matter what they do, what they are faced with, you're not allowed to fail. Okay? It's impossible. With all of us, family, it's impossible to fail. You fail because you want to fail. Don't worry about the world. It's just, because you're always going to have naysayers and people that are praying against you. But with us, there's no way you can fail. Even if the outcome is not the way you want it, you still cannot fail. It's impossible. Um, in order to succeed, it's a matter of discipline and obedience. And what I have learned is obedience is not something that comes easy at all. Everybody falls short. Everybody is disobedient. And it's a matter of how you perceive it. Some people just, go through life and they're obedient. That's just their nature. And the great thing is the Father made people obedient. We're all born sinners, okay? He knows that there are those that are disobedient and they're just going to remain disobedient, and he hands out consequences accordingly. Some of us are disobedient and, just don't believe we're disobedient. It's a denial thing, because they look at the next person and say, well, they're, this and they do that and they do this and I'm, much better than that. Well, you're passing judgment. I thought we were taught not to pass judgment, period. Don't worry about the next person. You have to worry about yourself, because, that person is being dealt with. I'm going to tell you guys, I shouldn't be here. I really shouldn't. There are some things, just in life that I have done, I have gone through. I should not be here. I don't know how to explain it. And when I talk to you all, majority of the times that's where I'm coming from, and most people won't get it. They just, I'm not here for the show. It's life. I had to grow and I had to learn. And so I come and I share through my experience, which is not easy. It's not easy at all, because yes, I do have people that judge, but again, they don't know. I tell you bits and pieces and you have no idea. But I know I should not be here. I've been saved, and I hear a lot of people say that, saved by His grace. I've been truly saved by His grace. It's through faith, because I know my wrongs, and I feel that I shouldn't be here. And so for me to come to that conclusion, it's grace that is carrying me. I've humbled myself truly to understand that. I talk to the kids all the time. They are very intrigued with what Jesus had to go through, how He was punished, how He was persecuted and crucified. And I don't want to say, because they are a product of me, they're going to be walking right, but they're on the right track. I'm grateful. I am so grateful for that. If they can just stay there, it's something that they have to come into on their own. But right now I see the obedience. Mm-mm. So, yeah, there's sitting here looking out the window. Amen. So I come and, like I said, I come and talk to you all humbly, because I know what I know, and I cannot just, it's just, I have to let it out. Um, Nobody ever said I was perfect. Uh, like I said, we all fall short. I was called, and I know the Father does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. I was called, and it's only for those that are open to sit and listen and receive it that will understand it. Somebody said something to me. It's a lot of ways I can deliver this, but it's making a lot of sense right now. That's the reason why I went ahead and said, let me go ahead and speak on this. Amen. Thank you. Somebody said something to me recently, and I just sat and listened. A lot of times I just shake my head, but I sit and listen. It was very insensitive, and but see, I know that person. Was very insensitive, and I just said, of all people. But again, those are the ones that you just look at sideways, because they're not there. I know they're not there. They're not even there in their right mind. People say things to me all the time, but I think before I speak. I don't know anybody well enough to speak on anything like that. It's not my place. I say, hey, somebody come to me. Have you prayed about it? I will pray for you. I will pray with you. And then you come back to me and we can talk about it. That's the first thing I will offer. So when I get a call or a text or whatever, and I say, you have to really be right. You have to really sit. How long has this been going on? Don't call me because you have a problem right now and you want to answer. That's not going to happen. Prayers do not expire. So if it take a week, a month, a year, and I'm going to let you know what's been going on, you need to sit patiently and wait on it. Be ready for it. Okay? Don't keep asking and well, I prayed and I'm still struggling. You also complaining. Sometimes the answer is right in front of you and you don't listen. So this person was saying some things to me. Like I said, very insensitive. I said, that's all right. And I pointed something out. Not to bash them or anything, but that very small detail that they left out, it was the furthest thing from their mind. It quickly shed some light. They would not humble themselves to say, my bad. I wasn't looking for it. But I already knew. And I said, you know what? Case closed. Case closed. Because you could not be in this position that I've been in for this long. Not many people could. And still be sitting here without losing their mind. I said, so don't forget the situation, the true situation that is going on with us in this family. Don't forget it. And before you say anything else, think about the true situation. Have you done anything to help it? No, it's not your job. Am I concerned with it? No. His grace is sufficient. Do I want your help? No. So yeah, that just ended the conversation. And like I said, it wasn't a right or wrong deal, but to get down to the heart of the matter, I had to shut it down because there was no need for it. I don't know. I'm not that type of person. It's foolishness. I don't prescribe to that at all. So this is April 25th. I've been looking at life a few years back and just thinking about things that I have been up against. I have shared a lot of those things with you all, whether it's, it's a family situation with the children or what have you. And you guys know that we have gone through some stuff, okay? Some stuff with the kids. My child almost losing her life. That's some hard stuff, okay? Not many people can relate at all. And me having to deal with those things as a parent by myself. A lot of people do not understand. They say, I don't, how could you do that? I could not do that. It's by grace. It's a lot of times I wanted to give up because I'm praying and I'm just saying this is too much. It's too much. What am I doing? But I question. See, a lot of people question things and they keep it going. I don't question and keep it going. I stop. I get stopped dead in my tracks. Within a couple of minutes, because I've been saved. And I said, okay, let me not even go there. Let me look at the situation at hand. We're good. We're good. We're not perfect, but we're good. I sit every morning. I get up. I'm just quiet. I sit and I listen. I talk to the Father. Tell him what's on my mind. He knows what's on my mind. He knows my struggles. He knows everything. I have to remind you guys of that because a lot of people just, you claim that faith, but you really don't have that faith. Because again, when something is happening, you run into the phone to let me call so-and-so. I'm just having a bad day. I don't know what to do. Don't do that. Don't do that because then you got somebody all in your business. Like I'm telling you, this person, and this person knows and still is turning the other way. So what you think the person on the other end of the phone is, they can't really do anything for you. They're going to make you feel good for the moment and you hang up and that's it. And the problems keep coming. So I don't, I'm not one to do that. But I lay it all out there and just listen. And see, that's what he wants us to do. When you have a problem, you come to him. You don't run to anybody else. He put you in that situation. And it's those that are humbled. Okay? He wants to see. I asked, I said, you know what? I know I've been wrong. I know I've been disobedient. Like I say, I shouldn't be here. I should have been, just crucified as well. He wants us to get to that point in life. And that's when he says, come here, take my hand. He's going to save us. So I'm not sitting here bragging or anything. But I already know. I know what I know. And I just have to hold on to it. I'm still in the storm. I'm not saying everything is right. Okay? Not at all. But I've been saved. I've been pulled out that water. I'm not going under. I talked to somebody. Yes, ma'am. A year back, I believe, we were about to move. And it came to the point we were getting ready to move out of the state, and the whole situation, my brother in an accident, and my dad couldn't come get us. And somebody did not understand, well, why can't you do this? And why can't you do, and you should. And I said, you know what? I always had a backup. Okay? Always. That's just how I have lived life, with a backup and a backup. And we can plan all day long, but that does not mean it's going to come to pass. I had to have a backup because anything can happen. And I said, you know what? As much as I am ready to get out of this state, there's a reason. And I came to that conclusion before last year. There's a reason I'm still here. I don't know the reason yet. But it's a reason. And I'm going to sit here and wait. And I said, next year, I'm not moving. We're not leaving the state. Because I have these kids graduating. I'm not going to be able to do that. That's too much. That's why I'm still sitting here right now. Do I have plans for next year? I have plans. We're working on it. But I have to wait on the word. When it's time for me to go, if it's time for me to go, then I will go. I don't just up and say, well, this not working. I don't like it here, this situation. You are in a situation to see if you're going to sink or float. I'm going to float right on through it. I'm going to float right on through it. I'm not sinking. Does it make sense? No. It's not supposed to make sense. Not supposed to make sense at all. It makes sense later on. It makes sense later on. That's, I've been putting pieces together all along. And it just makes so much sense. April. Hold on and see what the end's going to be. Exactly. I say, I hear people, they're struggling in the finances, struggling in the health, struggling in the marriage, the children relationships. You guys, I've been through the trenches. I've been through the trenches, and he had my hand all along. And that's something I cannot call and take my hand. Somebody might give me a shoulder. They might give me an ear. But that's temporary. He told me to be obedient and depend on me. Lean on me. Three years ago, right about this time, we were packed up and ready to move. We had to move due to a situation that was out of my control, and it was not good. All the kids, I had the one that had already gone off to school. I had gone out to do something one day and down the street for a few minutes or something and came right back. I got in my truck the next morning to go down the street again or something. My truck wouldn't start, y'all. Wouldn't start. And I say, wow, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know what to make of it. I never had that issue. I just didn't know what to do. But I'm paying attention to all the signs and thinking, okay, what could this be? And I said, maybe it's a dead battery. That's what it sounded like. I'm about to be interrupted by a wait. And so, yeah. Yes. What you need?
When you're done, can I have some oat blenders with no milk?
Okay.
I mean wet milk.
Okay. So, yeah, it wouldn't start. And here we are, days away from having to move. My dad is a mechanic. I called my dad and I talked to my dad. I said, what you think? I had already tried to, what did we do? We tried the battery. We had already tried to jump start it. It wouldn't jump start. And he telling me, tell me what happened, and I already know that. So, tell me what happened. Was it doing this? Was it doing that? I said, no, I just got in and I went like I normally, it didn't do anything. It wasn't smoking. It wasn't cutting on and off. It wasn't doing any of that. It just would not start. It was cranking like it was a dead battery. And I heard it click. And but I had no problems previously. So he was telling me all the things that it could be after we were troubleshooting what the issue was, with the battery and just, gas and just obvious things. And all the while I'm saying, what am I going to do? Because I need my vehicle. I've not been one without a vehicle, especially with all these kids. For me, it would be fine. But I have all these kids, and you guys know you can't just get in a car with, 7, 8 kids. It just does not work. And who am I supposed to call? Because nobody else has the capacity either. Anywho, why am I getting messages here? And I've been one, so long to when something happened, he has provided for us one way or the other. I don't know. It happens. And, we have to sacrifice some things or what have you, but it works. And so, time went on, the days passed and we couldn't figure it out. We had the thing diagnosed and it was much more and we had to move. So, kind of long story short, the vehicle was towed. Okay. I towed it to a shop. Got it there. And they, did the little diagnosis again. And see, I already knew what was going on. But, of course, they got to diagnose it again. And he say, you need X, Y, Z. And I said, okay. And I didn't tell him, anything. I'm smart. My dad taught me, you don't say anything. You just listen to what I tell you. So I said, okay. So he was telling me this, and I said, how much is this going to cost? First he said one thing. I said, okay, it's this. Yep, it's this. How much is it going to cost? He gave me a dollar amount. I said, okay. Then the next day I get a call. He said, no, it's this. I said, okay. How much? Well, I took out this and I did that, but I put this back because it's ceramic and it's expensive, and you know, my spark plugs. And I said, how much is it going to cost? He said this amount. And more than a couple $100. So I'm moving and just, and I said, oh my goodness. So I said, okay. And I said, so are you sure if you do this, my truck is going to start? Yes. And I said, well, I got, I moved away from everybody, so there's nobody around us. I don't have the help. Couple friends. Nobody can really. I'm about an hour or more out, so I have nobody, and so yeah, I need my vehicle. I called my dad, talked to my dad, let him know what was going on, and he said, "What did I tell you? What did I tell you?" And I said, "But Daddy, I need my truck. How He told me to do some things, and so I'm listening to this person, and this mechanic. He called me back the next day and said, well, I know I said this, but you need a new engine. I said, what? You need a new engine. I said, I don't need a new engine. I'm not a fool, okay? 2007, I bought that Expedition. I have an Expedition EL off the showroom floor. It was like $50K. My Expedition only had, I didn't even have 100,000 miles, y'all. Not even 80. Okay. And it was like 7 years old. I had been across the state line, 2 state lines and back 1.5 times, but I need a new engine. So I told my dad that. He said, no, I told you, stop listening to the mechanics. You know it's not an engine, because that was the first thing he asked me. Was it smoking? Was it doing any of that? I said no, it just wouldn't start. So he said, they're going to try to tell you all kind of stuff. But when he told me I need a new engine, I knew that no. He said there's nowhere in the world. He told me what it was. And they were saying something about the catalytic converter. And they had to take off. Was it catalytic converter? I don't know. Two is 4. They got to take off all 4 of them, or 2 of them, and then they'll find out if whatever. Yeah. Anyway, he was saying something electrical. Now this truck is different from the other models, and everybody I had work on it found that out. When I had brakes changed and stuff, they were familiar with the Fords, but when they got into it, they found out that they needed special tools to do stuff. And I mean, I had to pay a little extra so they can get the tool, but it worked. So anywho, long story short, they, because they changed it, it was harder to work on. And the person I had taken it to beforehand told me, my wife has this vehicle and this is what, I had to do the same thing to hers. And he told me how much it was. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, so I asked him, how much? I need a new engine. He told me $3,000, y'all. $3,000. I'm panicking because we have no vehicle. I have not been in a situation. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? How you got to go to the grocery store, got to go here, got to go there. what am I supposed to do? I'm in a new place. I don't know how to get around. I don't even know the streets. It's easy to get around when you know streets. But if you don't know the streets, that's hard. And then when you're dealing with kids, that's double hard. Because you got to be patient about, however you get there, you have, it's just unfamiliar. It makes it double hard with the kids. When you're used to just getting in and going, and that's it. So I had to learn, okay, this is going to change us. This is a whole different ball game. I didn't understand. I'm panicking because I'm like, I need to get this money because I need my vehicle back. I can't do this. And so when it came down to it, okay, you're going to have to, because he did something, I okayed something, you're going to have to pay X amount of dollars to get this truck back in your possession. But I said, it doesn't start. So I have to pay you because you said once you do this, it's going to start, and it didn't start. And so now you want some money. And it's a lot of money. So, yeah, not taking that foolish route. I said, no, thank you. I'm going to have to sit and pray on this. I'm not doing it. I talked to my dad. He said, girl, do not throw that money away. I needed my timing chain. It was my timing chain. That's what's wrong with it. $40 part. And if you know anything about it, it's just a part. But if you change the whole chain, everything worked together. But that's all it is. It's nothing electronical. It's no, it's not the engine. It's none of that. That whole job cost me $200. Okay? But the deal is, I have to pay the money to get the thing back in my possession. And then I'm thinking, okay, is it even worth it after all of that? Because I got to pay that part and then pay to get it fixed. The struggle is real, y'all. So I say, you know what? I'm going to have to sit here. Time went on. That's their father, to answer your question. Time went on, and I said, I just have to sit here and pray about it. I have to pray about it. And like I said, I've always been one to do for myself, take care of myself. I have to, take care of the kids. I cannot depend on anybody. And I prayed and I prayed and I talked to other people and they said, do you want your vehicle back? Do you need your vehicle? I said, yes, I do. They said, your prayer, just like I had already been praying, was to have your vehicle restored or have another one come to you. And I said, you know what? That's not crazy at all. And I just told a story about how I got this vehicle. I said, that's not crazy because that's what I've been praying for. I prayed up that vehicle. Okay, I prayed it up and it happened. That's why I have that mustard seed faith. I went into that. Well, I didn't go into it. I had my vehicle. I had a Suburban that caught on fire. I paid cash for that one. And I was scared to drive it. It was fixed, but I was still scared to drive it. And my dad said it was okay, but after that, I just didn't want to deal with it. But anyway, I said, take this and go take it somewhere, but I need something else. Go, whatever. So he came back. My husband came back with this thing. He drove it to the house. We got in it and drove it back to the, and while he drove it to the house, I prayed right there. I sat in it and I prayed on it. I said, it's mine. It's mine. He was like, do you like it? Do you like the color? I said, it's mine. It's mine. We drove it back. We didn't have the kids with us. I had left the kids with a friend. We drove it back. And came out, the man say, how you like it? Is it the right color? I say, it's perfect. It's perfect. Y'all, we always buy brand new vehicles because I don't like to deal with used stuff, okay? So it came down to the tax, title, and license, okay? I forgot about all of that. I just need the vehicle. God, help me out. So the man said, how much are y'all going to put down? Just a 50 grand vehicle, okay? I looked at, and I was like, I reached into my pocket, and I felt what was in my pocket. I had a nickel in my pocket, y'all. I said, you know what, sir? All I have is this right here. I pulled out the nickel. I said, this is all I have in my pocket. Do you know, the man looked at me. We kept looking at each other. My husband looked at me like I was crazy. But he knew, because I did the house the same way. He knew. He didn't even question me no more. The man left. I said, watch me. I'm finna drive out of here with that sucker. Watch me. Watch me. He said, girl, you crazy. I said, no, I'm not. You know I prayed on this thing. He came back. I don't know what that man did, but long story short, we got in and drove home. Okay? So, yeah, I needed a house. I had to, took me out to the land, prayed on it. This is what I need. They called back with all kind of, the money, you don't qualify, and I'm like, the house only cost this much. I'm showing you 350 grand in salary. How much do we need to make? I don't understand that. We don't, Next day, call back. Miss So-and-so, we finna pour you a foundation. Amen. God is good. Okay? He's in control. I just pray and have that faith. All right, y'all. So, fast forward 3 years. You guys like to see the vlogs. We going out and about and all of that. I just showed you guys one. We all out at the store. That was a culmination of 2 weeks, I think. 3 days. So, the times in the 3 years that we have been out and about, you all have seen. You all have seen those times that we have been out and about at house. With the exception of maybe 3. So, I'm going to ignore your comments, but everybody is good. I have good sense. The children are being taken care of. And I just listened to somebody just recently talk about this obedience and commitments, outside commitments and things like that, running out of the house and schooling the children. And it's things that I've already talked to you all about. I see a lot of people just on the go. Okay. I just look and shake my head. Okay. And yeah. Okay, but we've been out a handful of times within 3 years. Literally, you guys, literally a handful of times. I'm still, nobody is going to understand it. Nobody is going to understand it. But it bothered me for a long time because I was used to just getting in, let's go. And I can't do that here. I can't. And somebody said, won't you just go back, move where everybody, and I said, it's not that easy. Because first of all, how are we going to get there? You know, you can't put the kids in a U-Haul and just, you know, it doesn't work like that. Y'all, I tell you, it has been a struggle. But after a couple months, I just sat and said, okay, you want me to be obedient? I'm going to sit here. Why am I sitting here? Why won't you restore my vehicle? Why? My thought was to, okay, go get the thing and sell it and just get another one. But I'm wasting a whole lot of money. Okay, it's, you know, I'm wasting a whole lot of money by doing that. So it's like, be smart. Do you really want to just go pay for it just to have possession of it to turn around and sell it when I can use that for something else? And I'm listening to my dad. My dad said, don't do it. Don't do it. It's okay. And I said, but in the meantime, we stuck in the house. I can't do this. I can't. It's not like we are, you know, can just get up and walk somewhere. You know, it's not that easy. I can't really give up location and stuff like that, but there's no store, no grocery store. Y'all, okay? So when I tell you about being obedient, that was my first thought. How the heck I'm going to get to the grocery store? Because you know we need groceries. Same boat. Yeah, I saw that. Be patient. Trying to be obedient to his word. You have to be obedient. So that was my first thought. If not to go anywhere, to the movies, to the whatever. I'm worried about getting to the grocery store. What am I going to do? How? Because we need groceries. I'm not even going to get into it. I just, like I said, obedience. We have been fine. We get groceries every month. I still go to the grocery store every month. You know, we're fine. But what has happened is I have sat here in this 3 years in obedience and learned to listen. I shouldn't be here. I think, take Uber. Had I been mobile still, there would have been a lot of things that I would have been missing. Okay? Because when you used to just getting up, running out the house. Some people have home. They don't even live there. They're just constantly on the go. And you never stop to slow down. I'm here. We're here in the house for a reason. I have seen a lot of growth in myself, in the children, in these 3 years. A lot of discipline. That's why I'm always talking to you guys about discipline. I could have taken, you know, like I said, I could have gotten the thing out, got another one. But you know what? If I had been out and about, we would have been in stores. We would have been, you know, just all kind of stuff. Not to say I would be buying things, but it would be a little bit easier for me to get to stores. Okay? Now, I can still buy things, you know, if I need to buy something. But I'm disciplined like that. So I'm not, you know, the frivolous purchases and things like that. He stopped me dead in my tracks from further damage. I said, I'm going to show you something. You want something from me, and I'm going to give it to you. Sit there and wait on it. You guys know I've been writing. Had I been out in the street, I would not have been able to discipline myself to write as much as I wanted to. I got this stuff all lined up. I know everybody's waiting. When. It's lined up. I didn't have everything lined up to just produce, you know, and just put out. I was bits and pieces, but I'm like, I'm getting ready to put all of this stuff out back to back to back. I never even thought, you guys, I talk about passive income. I never thought, because I always had something else to do. I can make an excuse. I want to go over here. I want to go over here. I want to go over there. You know what? There's time later for me to do this. Time later for me to do that. You know, we can go here. We can go there. But right now, he needed my focus. He wanted to see if I was really going to sit down and focus. I took your hand. What are you going to do now? Not, I'm going to let go and walk away because I'm up out the water. Because, you know, the Israelites, you know, he threw them back in the desert. He could have threw me back, you know, and just let me sink. So, hey, y'all. When I tell you guys to stop. I'm not using him to justify, okay? Like I said, you wouldn't understand this. You wouldn't understand at all. Because you're so self-absorbed into your own. You don't understand. You would not get this. I guarantee you. You guys did not know this. You didn't know the situation, and I did not have to come and say anything. This was put on me. And I knew I would get I knew I would get some backlash. She seems like that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read this back. What's that? Oh, a piece of paper. Thank you. Boat collection notice. Oh, yeah, we have this. I need to. Oh, my. Siete de Mayo. I need to get on this because we have some brush. Anyway, but yeah, I knew I would have some backlash on this. You know, just people just don't understand. But you know what? Like I say, my story is my story, and I'm walking through it. I'm walking. A lot of you guys would not be able to stand. You wouldn't even, if I said stay in the house for a week, stay in the house for 2 weeks. Seriously, stay in the house like you don't have a vehicle. You would crack up and lose your mind. You wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Try for a month. That's why I always think about the next person. I hear people, you know, stories and things like that. And some stuff, people call and tell me stuff, and I'm just like, wow. But you know what? I always think of the next person because I never know. I'm not in their shoes, and I always think it's somebody worse off. I might need help a lot of times. I'm not going to just outwardly say, hey, because I'm thinking about the next person. I had some naysayers on the, what you call it? What did we do? The, oh my gosh, what is that thing? The GoFundMe. That's not something I want to do. Somebody else did it. I didn't want to do it because I knew I would get all kind of, who she thinks she, beg. I'm not begging. You guys didn't, I could have did this a long time ago to get the vehicle back. And I didn't do it. And everybody kept saying, why you just don't start a GoFundMe to get the vehicle fixed? And I said, because somebody else out there need help. I got to pray on it. If that's what he want me to do, then that's what he would do. He would tell me to do it. He didn't tell me to start a GoFundMe to get that truck back. He told me to sit down and be quiet and listen. And that's what I did. I don't know. I might be sitting here for 5 years. I don't know it. I have plans, but I have to sit and listen. I don't know how long I'm going to be sitting here, but I know what I'm doing. And I know what I'm doing is going to produce greater than what I expected. So the payoff, my payoff is a lot greater sitting right here in the comfort of my own home. As long as we have a roof, we have food, we got clothes, we good. We are just content. I talk to you kids every day about being content and things like that. I'm losing my chat. What in the world? You got to go back to the beginning, Mimi. You have to watch from the beginning. This is a seed that's been planted in the mind of the black woman to struggle, to deny help. No, I'm not denying help. My help comes from my father. Okay, my help comes from my father. And I'm not saying that I'm totally all alone and everybody has abandoned me. Okay, because like I said, I get to the store. No, it's not by Uber. If I got to get somebody to come an hour away to take me to the grocery store, that's what happened. See, we got a system. I get the help when I need it, not because I want it. So I had to learn to discipline myself. I've been sitting here thinking, okay, we might want to go to the mall. We want to go to the mall. If I need to go to the mall, I'm going to get to the mall. I don't need to get to the mall. That's something I want to do. When you saw us go out and about and go, all these places, because we needed to get there and we got there. He made a way for us to get there, and that's what we did. We got what we needed. But like I say, some of y'all, this microwave society stuff go wrong. You want answers quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if it don't come, you lose all faith. And you got to take matters into your own hands. And that's why things continue to happen. A lot of the things that happen in people's lives, the struggles and things like that, that's a direct result of disobedience. You might not understand that. You don't understand it right away. You don't see that. You won't accept it as disobedience. Think back 10 years. What was you doing 10 years ago? Many of you was not living right. You was walking in disobedience. You're probably still walking in disobedience. You've been struggling in your finances. You've been struggling in your health. You've been struggling in your relationship and your friendships because you was disobedient 10 years ago. I'm still struggling in it, but I'm coming through it, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's not easy. I asked, help me. Save me. I want to be saved, and he saw that and saved me. That's what I'm saying. I had to sit here and put all of that together. Why would you pick me? Because if immediately somebody is going to think that they're being punished. They're being punished for this. This is a punishment. And I'm listening to somebody that ex-drug addict couple months ago, this, that, and the other, all kind of issues going on, just not living right. I got me a brand new, not a brand new, but I got a vehicle. Am I upset? No. I'm not upset at all because I don't know that struggle. I don't know that struggle. I don't say, well, what this person doing worse off than me? Why they get this seem like a reward? Why do they get theirs? And I'm still not getting mine. I got mine. I am content. We are okay. I don't even struggle. We're not even struggling. I've never come to you guys and say, I may say the struggle is real, but in the realm of it, you guys didn't know this. Many of you guys will say, she is struggling. We're not struggling, y'all. We're fine. We're totally fine. And I just came because I know somebody needs to hear this. Somebody is closed in their right mind and they need help. Reach your hand out there. Reach your hand out there and leave it out there. That's all I'm saying. Leave it out there and watch what happens. Step out on faith. If you guys, we have come from job loss, loss of income, just all that. Just some people lose their job. It rocked their whole world because they don't know what to do. How we gonna eat? How we gonna do? How we gonna? Y'all, we have been there. 3 figures, 2 figures, 1 figure, 0 figures. I'm right here today. Okay? Most people will lose their minds. They will lose their minds to not have an income coming in their house, knowing they have a mortgage, knowing they have a car payment. We got this, we got that. We had all of that, It was paid. The bills coming in is paid. It's paid. Y'all have to start really sitting and listening to that small voice. Small voice. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot, you will not. You do not need. They don't know. You have to take that up with your Father, your Heavenly Father. I seek counsel from many that I know that know me. I go to my covers and they say, this is what you do. You got this. And I'm sitting here saying, again, Lord, why you make me struggle like this? That thought is gone away. He's making me struggle to see if I'm really receiving him like he want me to.
My water is cold because I put it in the fridge because I like it that way.
All right, for cold water. So, everything I share is in faith. It's in love. Like I said, you guys, you might not understand it. I have a second set of children. I see struggle water. Man ain't even in child support. That's not the case, okay? We're not on the system. That's another thing. We're not on the system. Okay? We're not on the system. Because you know what? People on the system going to get their hair and their nails done. They got this, that, and the other. They got their cars. We're not on the system. Yeah. We're not on the system. Okay? But yeah, people on it will abuse it. Okay? But they still struggling though. They might have the material stuff, but they struggling. They are still struggling. I have a discipline. I'm teaching these kids the value of money, what to do with money, how to be content. Okay? Not how to. We get income. I've always taught the kids. Not how to make the income. How to make the income work for you. You all know I have this child coming out of school. Okay? I don't advocate college, university, everything. I don't advocate that for everybody. Because it's not for everybody. There are plenty of ways to do things. Entrepreneurship It's something we've always advocated, okay? When you go into school, higher education, you need to be, that's not a guarantee for anything, okay? You need to be thinking about how you can make this work for you, not you working for it. What can you do? Okay? We love you too. Thank you guys for love. I'm going to have to go back and read the comments. But, yeah, we're teaching the kids to be content and be satisfied and know that they're not going to lack. Ask and it shall be given. Pressed down, shaken, overflowing. I'm not bragging. So many things have happened. Like I said, I have these 2 sets of kids. Stuff had been going on and I just did not understand. Okay, now I got, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. Okay? What am I supposed to do with it? It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. But I go back and I say the fruitful womb is a blessing. I've been blessed. And I know it say train your children up. Train them up. That's what I've been called to do. Not everybody called to homeschool. They say they are. But you're not training them up when you're running all here and there and everywhere. You're not doing that. That discipline is not really there. Because then you have the problems. I can't get them to focus. They don't want to listen. How long have you sat down with them? You sat down with them today, but tomorrow we got to go to the errand. We have to go to this club. We got to go to this. We're going over here. Don't do that. Sit down with them kids if you've been called to do that. Homeschool is your priority. Your commitments. Fake the commitments. Diminish them. Reduce them. Whatever is going on outside of the house is going to be there. If you have been called, because what I read say, teach your children when you wake, when you sit, when you before you sleep. That means we're called to teach these children. They're not even supposed to be in school, in the public school, okay? Some people totally missed that. They totally missed it. Even when you're on an errand, you're still supposed to be teaching them. The mom's role is to be in the home with the children. In the home. In the home. Now people these days, world schooling, fun schooling, you have the outside and all of that kind of stuff, but that don't mean you got to get up and get out, go somewhere every day, every other day, all of that. That's not what he said. That is not what he said. It's not what he said at all. You have taken that and just ran with it. You have created your own problems. So you are going to get, when your children are not listening to you, that is a direct result of your disobedience. And I just talked about let the children come to me. That's where I was going with that. Some of y'all, and you know it, are very disobedient. You're not even trying to get right because you don't recognize the disobedience. That's punishment from years back. You're getting right now through your children. You need to stop and you need to take a long look. Pray with them. Exactly. At what's going on. The struggles you have in your relationships. Direct result of your disobedience. Direct result. Because see, he don't forget things. He does not forget. Okay? He say all will be dealt with accordingly. Okay? So you might not get, the punishment. It is you just, the kids do something. Come here. You might not get that discipline and that punishment right then and there, but you will feel it. And so going through this thing with this vehicle, at first it felt like a punishment because that wasn't me. And I said, you know what? And if somebody had come and said, I'm going to give you this vehicle, or I'm going to, not streaming. Oh my gosh. I don't know why it's taking so long, but I'm going to do this for you. I know myself. I would not have been one to just say okay that quick. That's just not me. There was plenty of opportunities, don't get me wrong, to get this thing fixed and to get help to get it fixed. But that's not what he told me to do. That's not what he said do at all. So I don't know about you all, but I don't do anything unless I was called to do it. I can't go back to the beginning, so I'm watching live. Okay, well, probably after the thing is over. Go back and watch it on the replay. Because, I mean, I just, you have to watch from the beginning. You have to watch from the beginning. I started out strong and, this is all me. I don't have any notes today. It's straight from the heart. Like I say, somebody needs this. Somebody needs it. That's all I can say. If I was up last night trying to, this was not my plan at all. Somebody needs it. So when you all get up, like I say, some of you, I don't have time I try to get in my word. You cannot try to get in the word. He didn't try to wake you up. He woke you up. He breathed life into you so you could get up the next morning. Okay? At least be grateful for that. Pick up that Bible and read some instructions. Because that's what it is. It's instructions for the day. I'm going to try to wake you up. I'm going to try to help you go in there and cook breakfast. I'm going to try to help you put that food on the table. He didn't try that. He did. I listened to my little girl the other day say, God love children. I love God, Mom. I just was so, 4-year-old. I love God because he told us to love him. And I just, just marvel at her. So you have to, that have to be a priority. If you saying that I can't, the quiet, you get in the shower and you have quiet in the shower. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't let them kids stop you from communing. You bring the children in fellowship with you. Whatever you read, sit them down and read it to them. Explain why you reading it to them. Now, my kids know about the situation. Even the kids never said anything. They know. And they talk about this, Mom, what if we get our vehicle? This, that, and the other. I want to do this and I want to do that. But it's not something that has gotten them down. They're not depressed or anything. And that's something I did not touch on. This situation, for this past 3 years will spin so many into depression quickly. Again, you guys never saw any of that. And it's not, I'm faking it. You never knew, but I'm not depressed because of this. I did not let this situation take over. I'm not succumbing to it. I reached out my hand and he grabbed my hand. He's been holding us all along. Even before that. Because he knew he was getting ready to put me in this situation. I kept saying, I have these kids. Why would I be put in this situation? He already knew it. He already chose me. Because he knew I was strong. They say only the strong survive. I'm not bragging on myself. But he's showing me. And he said, go forth and tell it. That's the only reason why I'm telling it. It's been this long. I think if I had up front right away told you guys, I would have been kind of bragging on it. You know, I don't feel that at all. If somebody is taking it the wrong way, whatever. Whatever. Because I know many times people go through stuff and they had stuff happened yesterday, the day before, and they up. Girl, guess what happened to me? You don't hear me talking like that. I have testimonies. I tell you how I'm coming through it, how I came through it. So I just sit and listen. There's a lot of stuff I don't speak on. I'm not, he didn't tell me to say anything. He just say sit. Just sit. Listen. I will instruct you. When you need to speak, I will give you that voice. Don't worry about what you, sometimes, yes, I do take notes, but don't worry about what you say that, you know, people will reject it. People are going to reject it. He said, but somebody, I've already called somebody to listen. Sometimes he has to knock you down to get your attention. Exactly. And that's what this did. This whole situation. Because y'all know I was used to going here, there, and everywhere. I had to go to work and all of that. There's another thing. Going to work. Why you not at work? Y'all, I have done my share. I'm tired. I'm not a corporate worker. Okay? I've never been a corporate worker. Y'all, I had worked, lastly, 200. I was working 120 hours a week. Okay? Y'all, I know about work. Stop that. I just got a message. I know about work. I'm done. You know, it's a time and a season for that. And that's not the season. Okay? It's not the season at all. The income. We're not lacking. We're not dependent on anybody. You know, I'm not looking down on anybody. Some people need the system. That, you know, that's them. We paid into the system. So if we needed it, hey, so be it. You know, but that's not us. All the parents in this family work. Okay? Inside the home, outside the home, whatever. We all have a income that we work for. Okay? So, I wish I could be home. Yeah, I got the thing. Won't you go outside of the house? And I said, it's a sacrifice. He told me to sacrifice. Not everybody can sit like that because they're thinking about them dollars and what they need to go buy. I stack my dollars. Y'all, I'm cheap. I'm not finna buy nothing. Nothing. Okay? I see all kinds of stuff. Discipline. Discipline. I told my kids, if you ever come into, I said this a long time ago, if you come, like people, the lottery or something like that, you come into some money like that. I said, I'm going to tell y'all this. You're not going to buy this. You're not going to buy this. I'm going to tell y'all what to do. Is this many of y'all pull that money and start a business. You make that money work. That way you'll have something to fall back on. See, I got that from my dad, my family. That's why we own acres and the homes on those acres, so we don't have to pay anybody. Okay? They knew back then, we're going to invest this the smart way. So, yeah, that money is not thrilling me at all. Because, yeah, I could have been at work. I could have got the vehicle fixed. And guess what? Then I would have been paying for gas, trying to run all over the nation. It's not my cup of tea. What I'm working on, I've been sharing with you all the families I've been watching, traveling and things. And the people say, well, how can I do this? I don't have an income. What you have to do is you have to look at the income that you have, because you have a source of income, and you have to cut that income seriously. And some people, I was just listening to somebody yesterday talk about this. You have to cut it. You have to look at the income you have to make income. Going to the Starbucks, going to Target, going to the Walmart, going to the whatever. You need to be going to buy toilet tissue, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, deodorant. That's it. All that other stuff, you don't need that stuff. You need some food. You need to pay your bills so you have your utilities. I cannot understand you get in your car to go all over the town. You wasting gas. And then you holler about you don't have no money. What? I'm not a credit person. I don't do credit. We went vacations, long places, road trips, to the amusement places, cash. But that money, it costs you. You go to the movies, it costs some people like $100. If you don't have $300 right now in your hands, you don't need to go to spend $100 to go take your family to the movies. That's how I think. Some people, I got $100. It's $100 extra. So what happened when your stuff start breaking down? Where you could have used that $100 that you had that you said was extra. That's not extra. Just think of it as not even being there. So, again, discipline and obedience. He don't tell you to go and just, sow it in the right place. Sow it in the right place and watch what happens to you. Hold on, let me go see what they're doing. Okay? I'm wrapping it up. About 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. So, yeah, like I said, you guys, it's sewing it in my kids' education. Exactly. And so that's, when you guys see me come on here, that's where I'm at. Not that I'm not supporting everybody or, all of this or that. I am, but I see the disobedience. And, I want to help people so bad. And, some of the stuff I have helped people and they don't get it. But I said, you know what? That's not my job to make them get it. Because, hard head, they're going to be hard head. They're going to be disobedient. They have to come into that on their own. They have to come into it. And, nothing I'm going to say is going to help. When I say she is speaking today, I need to hear these words. Well, thank you. I need the beginning. I can't wait. You know, I'm so, we all fall short, and I've been saved. Okay? You guys, I could just stand up and just jump and shout for joy. Okay? I don't even know if I shared the testimony. It's just so much that I could just expand upon. All of this car situation. Like I said, a lot of y'all will be devastated because you closed in your right mind. This right here is happening. I don't have no car, but this is happening, y'all. Okay? The child is, I'm able enough to get on the plane and watch the child walk across the stage. Okay? And two of them. One of them is going out to California. Okay, now we're going on a road trip to get her there. But, yeah. Another story. I'll tell you guys about that later. But, what I thought I needed, I don't need. I don't need. 3 years. I thought I needed this thing, and I don't need it. It's a convenience. I have what I need. He told me, if you need it, you're going to wait on it. So I'm going to wait on it. I probably would still be sitting here. Even when I got it, I would still be sitting here. Because I have disciplined myself to do some things. I'm not going to, okay, you're going to put this vehicle outside in the driveway and I'm going to just get up and drive and just everything going to be fine and dandy. I'm going to still be sitting here. Because as fast as he get it, he could take it back. Fast as he bring it to me, he'll take it back. I'm not going to do something one day and change up completely the next day. That's not me. When I say and I do, I continue. It might not make sense to anybody else. But to me, it's going to make sense. So you do something once. Just because you do something once and it's not successful does not mean you stop doing it. If it is the right thing, it will come to pass. If you are doing the right thing, you have to sit quietly. You sit and commune and you pray. And you listen. He's going to talk to you. He's going to talk to you in that small voice. And you have to listen. It's not going to be something that you want to hear. It's not going to be something that you like. Because that's not what the Father is about. He don't care what we like. He gave us instruction. And he said, obedience. The main part of what I'm telling you is to obey. Take heed. And that's just 90% of a walk of faith. Be obedient. If you're not anything else, be obedient. The rest will happen. Sometimes, like somebody asked me, I was telling somebody recently about giving somebody something. And they were like, they what? They refused it? What? Are they? And I just said, yeah. And they were like, I don't understand that. They refused money? And you were just giving it to them? And I said, yeah. But why would you do? Well, because that's how I am. I'm not bragging, y'all. I'm not bragging at all. But that's me. I'm a giving person. He said, do this. Don't worry about what's going to happen to return. I'm always giving. Always. That's on my heart. That's what I was instructed to do. And I just do it. I don't ask for it back. Some people, where my stuff, I gave you. That's why I don't ask anybody for anything. Because they just get so, yeah. But then when you need something, you coming to me. And I just, yeah. So, Giving Heart. I told, if you guys watched the story, the adoption story, I told you guys there was a spin on it. Just plot twist. I think I'm going to come back and tell that pretty soon. I don't want to leave you guys hanging on that. But I cannot, my whole life has been a testimony. And I have to sit back and just listen. I go back through the years and just think my steps. Where did I mess up? I messed up a lot. I never said I was perfect. I messed up a lot. Some of the things people think that, it seemed obvious. Oh, but I said, why are you judging me? You need to go look at yourself. Look at yourself before you judge me. I don't think he has straightened my path. That's what I know. I feel it because I see it coming out within these kids. My path is straight now. It was straight once before. And I backslid. But he knew I was going to backslide. I had to find that faith and say, you know what? If you're going to give me a chance, I'm going to take it. If I mess up again, I guess you're just going to punish me again and I have to accept it. But I try every day, every second, every minute, and everything I do to stay on that path. I'm not worried about nobody. I come on here, but all the he say, she should, all this hoo-ha. I'm not on this social media thing. That's why I stay out of this stuff. I'm on the whole different program. I'm not worried about no social media. I'm not at all. It's my outlet for you all so I can share. But I can't keep up with people. That's not my, that's not my path. It's not my path at all. I don't care about who did what, who said what's getting ready to happen. I have too much going on right here. You're not by yourself. God say give, then give. Exactly. And when he say receive, receive. Yeah. Exactly. When it come to you, it's going to fall and you got to, you have to be ready to catch it. Like I said, some people don't even stop and listen. They miss their blessings because they won't listen. He's not going to tell you. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to be cake and ice cream every single day. I don't know what world you live in, but that's not going to be it. Sit and listen. The answers are there. They're always right in front of you. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, they're not going to give you the answer. They might give you a little bit of counsel, but they're not going to give you the answer. The answer is already right there. You have to pay attention. So anytime something happens, I say, what am I supposed to do? Because see, he already know. See, when something happened in your life, what's getting ready to happen? Yesterday, when I woke up this time, 10 o'clock, I was not thinking about coming to you guys talking about this. But the Father knew that I was going to be here today talking about this. He woke me up and said, this is what you're going to do. I'm in the homeschool conference. That's where I'm at. I've been there all day. This thing started at 12 noon. So that's where I've been every day this week. I was not, because I told you guys last week that I wouldn't be here doing the live. I didn't know that, but he knew that. Will I come back? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to be thinking about and what he may put on my heart to come back and share. I have no idea. I may come back. It may be impromptu. I don't know. But he knows that. And when you're in tune and you can realize, he told me to do this, that's when you know you got it. It's one of those what would Jesus do moments. That I'm just, something happened with the kids. We were talking about that. And I just say, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? I think it was about cleaning up or something. Them kids got in that room and that room was spotless. I said, you want what? It's Jesus. I tell them Jesus coming back. We don't know when he's coming. And I said, if Jesus walked through the door, what would you do? And they was like, they got real quiet because they felt convicted. They went in there and cleaned that room up. They was like, Jesus cannot catch us slipping. He cannot. So I just, gentle discipline. Gentle discipline. Position yourself to win, my sister. Get around your family. Not the naysayers who want to give you a red penny. Exactly. And like I say, if something, to where we really just needed help, emergency situations and stuff like that. Oh, everybody's going to be here. It's not going to be that type of problem. Okay. But I'm here by myself to focus and be disciplined. He's taken away all of the whatever I could be into to make me focus and discipline. And somebody said, seminary, what are you doing in seminary? And I didn't tell you guys, for the longest, because I need to focus and discipline. He called me to do that. I was called a long time ago. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I knew it. But it's one of those things that and then you say, no, not me. I can't do that because I'm not, I can't, I'm not perfect. I'm not, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm not that type. I wasn't qualified. He qualified me. He took years to qualify me. I saw this a long time ago. But I just said, I have to go live a life of whatever to realize that he was trying to save me all along. Ain't that about a blip? Stomach growling. Y'all, like I said, it's a lot of things that I see, I just overlook. And I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get right. Wise equals strong. Yeah. And so, you can have all the problems in the world. And that don't mean that you're going to overcome those problems. The answers are not just going to fall like that. If you are not, if you don't realize how you got there in the first place. You have to be humble enough to accept the wrongs before he can make you say, okay, come on. So, even with my kids do stuff. I'm not saying that they are perfect and, all of that. That's on them. I just, they know what we go through. Some of this stuff they don't know. Because it's just a personal thing, but they know what we go through. And so I'm just going to sit and watch. All I can do is tell them to reach your hand out. Reach your hand out. See what happens. This thing to say, let the children come to me. And it was the disciples that said no. The disciples. See, the world. So I hear people, they'll say all kind of things. And, the backlash I get because they're trying to tell me no. But he's telling me, come on. So, you know, I'm just telling you guys, get right with your walk, you know, and I'm not just sitting here just saying that, but think, really sit down and think, meditate. You're struggling in your finance, you're struggling in your relationship, you're struggling in your marriage, you're struggling in your health. Your children struggling. Don't you want to be delivered from that? Like a drug addict, an alcoholic say they've been delivered, and you know they've been delivered. You want to be delivered from that addiction. Some of y'all sitting here trying to fight these battles. You cannot fight these battles because they are not yours. He gave them to you to see if you were going to sink or float. And a lot of y'all are just sinking because you think you have to fight these battles. The car break down. Your appliances break down. You cannot pay your bills. Your mortgage is not paid. And you still trying to fight that battle. I'm tired. I'm depressed. I'm sleepy. I'm hollering at my kids. They irritate me. So and so. Stop trying to fight that battle. Stop trying to fight it. That is not your battle. He did not tell you. He did not put you in that situation. That's what you have to remember. He put you in that situation, but he didn't put you in that situation just to put you in it. He wants you to be obedient and come to him. So I know out of all of this, tomorrow, something else might pop up. You know, I have something else to say about, you know, we're talking about health and all, you know, there's more things to come. I just, you know, and I don't understand. I'm ready. I've been ready for what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm ready for what's going to happen next month, next year. Because I know even though he may have my hand and I'm floating, I could still start to sink at any minute if I listen to the world. If I let them disciples get in my head, I can't do that. I'm not going to let them hold me back. I'm just going to sit and listen. Those babies are going to take care of you one day. They're going to be grown men and women before you do the right thing, sister. Yeah. And yes, that's what I believe. They are saving grace. They are saving grace. It doesn't matter how they got here. You guys don't know the whole story. Somebody might be looking, wait a minute, you was married. How you going to be single? You can't, if you know the principles on which divorce occurs, I'm not one to go through all of that. You know, I didn't believe in that. But if you truly know the biblical principle, leave it alone. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Something happened. So my wrong was a right. It was not wrong for me to divorce. But I know it's going to be somebody to say some XYZ mess and you got 5 kids, never been married. 2 to 3, 4 different daddy. My gosh, I'm not even going to, you know, don't judge me. Do not judge me. You guys, I didn't, I'm just trolling through the comments, but I didn't answer any. I said, it, you know, I want to commune, but I needed to just talk. The stories are so inspiring because sometimes I feel like I'm at the end of my ropes and you come on with a live video speaking on my issues. Why ain't he helping you out? Maybe because I don't need that kind of help. I need help from my Heavenly Father. Because see, that man that y'all talking about help, that man got issues, and I don't need, I believe in somebody's spirit, somebody else's spirit. Like I say, was telling me the insensitivity, their spirit is manifesting, was trying to manifest and take over my spirit, and I can't let them steal my joy. I don't want you to help because you're not even right in your walk. You got your own problems. So I hear somebody say, my husband, I got to do all this and homeschool the kids. My husband don't understand. My husband he don't help me. He not supposed to help you. He not supposed to help you at all. You're struggling because you're disobedient. You have to understand that that's a sacrifice you made. He's not supposed to help you. Faith. Put the man on child support. So yeah, I covered all of that. Everybody is financially taken care of. I got a box over there. Came yesterday. We haven't opened it. The children place again, so I'll get that out. But yeah, everybody cool. As a single woman, you gotta make sure you have at least 5,000. Yep. It's not even 5,000, y'all. 5,000. If you guys watched the last chat, I think my daughter called and she was talking about a prospect and the money, and I said no, it was not a per diem position, and it was traveling and all kind of stuff. And I said, well, what they expect you to eat, a sandwich? Because that's not going to do anything this day and age. Uncle Sam going to take half of that. And that's what she was looking at was poverty level by then. I said, oh, no, you tell them people, no, you're not going to take that position. It don't work like that. Let's see. Yeah, put a little bit of your income. Yeah, that's another thing. People just get reckless with it. But, it's the income is right there in front of you and you throw it away. You throw it away, just frivolous. Somebody that been to Target. Oh, they went to Target. Let me go run to Target. You weren't even thinking about running to Target. Did God tell you to run to Target? What would Jesus do? He didn't tell you to do that. Stop being disobedient. If you don't need to move, you can be alone. Yeah. So take over. Yeah, y'all. We hanging in there. Like I say, we get out. But literally, you guys see. So we make a big deal out of it. Yeah, she does. She needs a village. She is her own village. She's a strong woman. Can't you see how well her kids are being raised? Thank you. That's truthful, Joy. All villages ain't good. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I don't need the village. I mean, yeah, we need the village, but the village these days is not the village I want. I want the old school village. She shouldn't have to do it alone. That's the issue with black women. Generational curses. Let's say, you guys, I was raised strong. I just, was so grateful my mother did for me what she did. She did it out of love, and I saw all of that. It was no hard feelings or any of that. My mother because she was young, she did what she knew, and I'm just grateful because I was raised with wisdom. Not that she wasn't wise, but she was young and she wasn't that wise, and it took years for her to wise up, like it took years for me to wise up to get to this point. She seems to love her dad. Stop. Always trying to disconnect families. Yeah, my dad is one of those that tell you like it is. We got an issue going right now with I don't even want to, it's a personal issue, but one of the kids, and it's a mess, and my aunt is saying, girl, you need to call your granddaddy. And I'm like, we're down to the wire. I know the situation. She doesn't know the situation, but call your granddaddy. More love from who? What if the family members are drunks? Yeah, child molesters, abusers. God said man should not be alone, so stop using the Lord. Okay. Now I get the statement. Okay. Mommy right on. Man should not live by bread alone. She never said, I bet one of, never said that. I bet one of, I bet you're one of those single black women who don't pray. Just talk crap. Hold on, Zai. She deserves help. Hold on. I'm coming. Wonderful woman. Go actually read your Bible and stop running. Jezebel now. The seed. It's planted in the mind of the black woman to deny help. Sad. Wow. Hold on. I'm coming back. Y'all hold on just a second. And I did say 5 minutes. So y'all are waiting on me. Y'all have to don't come in there. Where's the clothes? Okay. Here, come in here. Get ready to close up my chat. Come on. Come on. Come this way. Go in there. You need some clothes on. You do too. Here. Here. Put this on quickly. Hello, guys. Here. You cannot come out of here with no clothes. Come on. There's a right here. There's this. And yes, it is. You need to find a shirt before you walk out of here. Put in the drawer. And then when you get back in here, close this up. That's the right way. Okay. Here you go. Nope, these are not good. Nope. Why? Uh-oh. I'm leaving. Why can't I find your clothes? This is not in my plan. Are these yours? Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm coming. Give me a second. I'll be right back to the chat. Put your clothes on. I gave you some clothes. Put them on. Here. That means put your clothes on your body. And most of the day, you do this by yourself. Okay. You need to buy. Yes, I suppose that would work. If you have little kids clothes on, you wouldn't be able to fit them, right? Okay, here. This is yours. Put that on. And then y'all go sit down. All right. Get these kids up so really my cue. My phone is going off again. Down. Anyway, what am I doing? Those are the type of black women who tell you, girl, you don't need a man. It's not about a man, it's about the well-being of a mother and her children. Exactly. White women and other races don't struggle like black women. It's because of that disobedience. You go back to that. A lot of stuff we are, and we just have our heads too stuck to realize that, it's a punishment. But then some, he coming back and we're going to be saved and this, that, and the other. And the white people, that's not what the Bible said. Y'all have to go back and read that. He is saving every nation. Okay? Only so many were called, but he's saving every nation. He's not just saving black people. I just cannot. Oh my gosh. That's just straight ignorant. But some people are so stuck on that because we are the Israelites and we're going to be saved. You're not going to be saved. Where? Who told you that? You're disobedient. You're not going to be saved. You're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. A black woman is trained. Yeah, a black woman, yeah, they're trained because that's how it, yeah. Trained to struggle. And you see what you give us. And you see the result of it. You're right, I'm seeing how spoiled I can be when something goes wrong. Yeah, some people just, like I say, I'm not, getting on you guys, but you don't realize, a lot of you are blessed with things and you don't deserve them. I may be blessed with something. I don't deserve it. As her YouTube friends, all of us should be supporting her, not telling her to have. But supporting her, not telling her to have faith. God said, without faith, work is dead. I'm sick of black woman syndrome. Get off my chair. I'm coming.
Can we open the box?
We'll open that box in a little while. Daisy, are you a black woman? These black teeth. Let a white woman come online. Go into the go sit down for a minute. Let a white woman come online and say this. But they they say things and people don't listen. So I hear a lot of people say things that I tell you guys, and yeah, it's the other race. Y'all will look at me sideways, not y'all necessarily, but some people will look at me sideways and they dislike this and dislike that. And I'm like, click on the next person video and they saying the same thing. And sometimes I just want to pick up my camera and record it side by side, what I said and what they said, verbatim. And I'm like, because I said it, you look at me like I'm ignorant. Okay, whatever. She will have a car by the end of the month. I see. Black woman struggle while a man ain't even on child support. Yeah. We have so much noise, cell phone, social media, that we can't hear them. Exactly. Yeah, you got to turn that stuff on. I know y'all do not. People do not like when I say that. Turn that mess down. Put that stuff up. Put it up. People are so conditioned for that. Two people came over here. One came the weekend, and somebody came yesterday, and they're talking about the AT&T trying to sell me the junk. And I'm gonna say this real quick, but I was already gonna talk about this. The one to say I'm doing a survey. Now I know better, okay? But the other adult in here, oh, they want to need you to do the survey. Survey for what? Can't you tell they selling something? I already don't want this mess. Why do I need to take a survey? Okay? All I want is internet. That's it. I know it's a ripoff. I know that. Spectrum has got this thing on lock, and what they do is by demographics. But I'm going to tell you guys this because some of you might need help. This neighborhood, we can't get internet solely. Okay? That's like a bonus. What they expect is for us to want TV. Okay? They think we need TV because we ignorant. Okay? So they're going to give you all these channels and all this garbage, sell you all this mess. Because that's what they think. We just stupid. We were just watching TV. I told a man, I said, dude, we don't watch TV. Okay? What? You don't watch TV? He had to flip his script because he saw that I was not a fool. And the whole thing of it was a mess. He trying to sell me some. Oh, well, there's no activation fee for this, but it's activation fee for this. So that means you can activate the no activation fee for the cable, but it's activation fee for the internet. But they all work through the same channel. I don't understand that. Man, get off my porch. The next person come over. Do you pay more than such and such? No. I know what I pay. But I was like, well, we got this and this and this. I said, we don't watch TV. You don't watch TV? Y'all, they think we dumb. So that's how you get rid of them like that. But yeah, they want us to watch TV and think we ignorant like that. Don't. That's not getting me nowhere. It's crazy. But it's a money getter. So that's one of the ways you struggling your finances. Think about that. Them kids are going to be fine without that TV. This invitation came without the TV. Okay, it wasn't no TV. We didn't have no TV. I mean, the child was not watching TV. That's not how she got to the university. She was not watching TV. So the sacrifice was the TV. The payoff is the graduation from the university. I'm just leave that right there. I had to stop the play groups and the play dates. Yes. Stop that stuff. Those commitments, you don't need, you don't need to commit to everything. Yes, I get home from work so tired, but I sit with those kids. Exactly. Some people don't even, you need to spend, and it's a small amount of time, but every one of your kids you need to take individually each day, 15 good minutes. Sit there and look your kids in the eyes and just sit down and talk to them for 15 good minutes, because that quality time is something that they need. Okay, and it may seem like a small amount of time. It may manifest and turn into something else.
Done yet?
I'm coming. But some of y'all don't even do that. And I see it all the time, because the people, my kids driving me crazy. They acting like this. They acting like that. I'm tired of doing the homeschool. And it's like, you need to have some faith. You need to have faith. So hopefully you guys will go back to live chat. Messages are going to be on, and so you guys can read, and those of you watching can read the comments. I was the one in the beginning thinking they have to be all in the social media groups. Yes, I saw your comment, Ann. I've been thinking about you. Yes, I'm going back to homeschooling next year. Amen. Amen for that. I'm praying for that. And the woman back in the day had a village. We had to succumb to the dysfunctional mindset of the single woman struggle. Yes. Some of y'all in marriages and struggling. Okay? It's because both of y'all, neither one of y'all are writing y'all's walk. That's why y'all are bringing each other down, in turn bringing the family down. It is what it is. Get right. You can't save the other person. You worry about your kids. Worry about your kids. The black girl is taught from youth. She is to struggle, wonder why she hates herself. Where the blonde weave. Oh, wow. Because the main confidence builder, the fathers are gone. Yeah. I am every woman, father, all of that in this house. And I just, like I said, I just have to turn my head. I don't say anything, but these kids know what I am and who I am for them. They're rock. People ask for help from God, but they don't sit and wait for His instructions. I think I'm all caught up. If you don't mind me asking, do your children just homeschool in the evening? You have to work with harmony. Work in harmony with your prayers. They do independent work while you're at work, and then when you get home, you check on it. So yeah, it's a balance. Full-time working, and she working. I'm not gonna put it out there, but she working for the people, and she has all those kids, so I have to give it up. I said, I've been there and done that. Them 120 hours a week I was pulling, I barely slept and barely ate, but I had to do what I had to do. So, if He said go out tomorrow and go to work, I would do it. But that's not what He's telling me to do, and I'm not going to be foolish chasing something, some greed, some dollars. I don't do that. So I'm going to get in here and deal with these kids. You guys, if you are not in the conference, join the conference. It's free. Okay, I put this thing out there. I did not take it away. Some good speakers. I cannot remember. What's today? Is Wednesday. I think Julie Bogart is one of the speakers this afternoon. I think the 2:30 speaker, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Brave writer. I think we're starting with Steve Demme again. God, it was funny because he gave me a little, I recognize so-and-so from Texas. He said my name. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm going, and I'll be there for the rest of this week. And like I said, if anything else falls upon my heart, I will come and share this message, you guys. Share. I love you all. Be blessed, and I will see you on the flip side.